All right, welcome, guys. Um, I think I have Aziz Izuchuku. All right, welcome. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Just put in, I can hear you, or loud and clear in the chat. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat, please. I want some few guys to just affirm that they can hear me so that I can begin. If you can hear me, just let me know in the chat. It's very, very important. Again, if you can hear me, just let me know in the chat. Thank you. Hi guys, if you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I need to be sure I'm not talking to myself. It's very, very important. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I don't know. All right. Welcome Azi, welcome Kin, welcome Mary, um, Aguari Mary. So we had over, I think, 100 plus people. Let me see. I think we had over 100 plus people attend the webinar. I'm surprised I am seeing less than how many you have here? Less than 8 people. Okay, that's discouraging. I will lie. All right, I'm here more. Okay, so if you can hear me, just put it loud and clear in the chat. Loud and clear. If you can hear me, and then you can see me very well. You can see my face, my handsome face. Just put in loud and clear in the chat. Okay, in the chat box, just put in loud and clear. You can hear me. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that when I start, I don't want us to go back and forth with, oh, can you hear me? Can you see me? You know, it can be quite distracting. Okay. So just put in loud and clear so you can hear me, then you can see me. I am very audible. Just put in loud and clear in the chat. Okay. Put in loud and clear in the chat. Okay. So I just need like three more persons to put in loud and clear in the chat. And please, you have to participate in this class, okay? Because this is going to be interactive. I don't just want to be sound like a radio presenter who just come and talk and talk and talk, and that is it. Okay, so for the sake of this class, please just drop your pride and engage with me. Okay, because right now, if you look at my setup, I am literally talking to a computer and hoping that someone on the other end is listening and paying attention to what I have to say. So the um, best way for you to let me know that okay you guys are with me is when you text me, when you communicate by writing in the comments. Okay, so good. Okay, someone said I paid money into your account last year and I didn't get anything in return. Scammer. Wow, that's quite strange. Okay, before we get started, right, I want to quickly address something. Okay, I'm sure some of you have seen that in the comments. Okay, and sometime last year, I had a lot of impersonators. Okay, people impersonating me, and if you are informed right now, you notice that someone else can create an account in your name using PalmPay, using OP. Okay, so Ojulowo Bisola. So I don't know the account that you paid to. Um, I don't have an OP account or whatever account. I don't have any of that account. Okay. So if you pay to that account, I'm really sorry. It's not my fault. There's just a whole lot of people impersonating me. Okay. So yeah, that is addressed. So we're going to begin. Okay. All right, guys. So this is my screen. This is my screen. If you can see my screen and then you can hear me very well, just again put it loud and clear in the chat. All right. I've just started to share my screen. Okay. So just put it loud and clear in the chat. If you can see my screen, so this is what we have for today. If you can see my screen, please do let me know in the chat. All right. I just started to share my screen, so I want to be sure you guys are seeing my screen and then my face on the other end. Or should I use this one? I think this is good. Oh no, this is good. Please, guys, you have to communicate. Okay, loud and clear. All right. I need someone else. You can hear me, and then I just started to share my screen. We are going to address Bisola at the end of this class. Okay, Bisola, I'm going to address you at the end of the class. At the end of this class, okay. There's just a whole lot of. I get messages like this sometimes, and these people finally realize that they actually pay to the wrong people, and because it carries my name. All right, can you see my screen? Just put it loud and clear. All right, you can see my screen, you can hear me. I know I'm going back and forth with this, right? But this is like the most important part. If I do not get this correctly, I'll literally be talking to myself. Okay. Once I get one more person, I'm going to begin, so I don't waste more time. Okay, beautiful. All right, so now let's so pay attention to your screen, and then we're going to get started. So this is the topic of today. So this is brought to you by Bloomberg Africa. So Bloomberg Africa, I am the operations manager and the CMO at Bloomberg Africa, one of the fast rising tech schools in Africa. So today, what we are going to present to you is how to transition into a high-paying tech career in 2025 without a tech degree, coding skills, or years of experience. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to start a career in cybersecurity or data analysis. Now, a lot of people, a lot of you guys, or a lot of people want to transition into tech. I've been in the tech industry for the all my life, basically. I've been dealing with computers, all my life, and it has been a rewarding career. So I want to show you how you can transition. So maybe you are working a low paying job, or you are in a sector where you don't like, you're in a place where you're not comfortable with what you're getting. Maybe the pay, maybe you've heard that, oh man, there's this new talk of, oh, tech is the new oil. Tech is the new oil, tech is this, tech is that, and that is actually true. There's a lot of money in the tech ecosystem, and again, it opens you up to global opportunities. And also, even when you travel, you still are able to get jobs because you have, like, your career is basically global. Okay. So I want to show you how to transition into a high paying tech career in 2025 without the tech degree, coding skills, or years of experience. All right. Now, before we begin, I want to address some common problems that holds people back from breaking into tech. Okay, so let's talk about the things that is holding you back from breaking into tech. Some people have, maybe some of you may have some set of beliefs that is stopping you. All right, so now we're going to address them one by one. Now, let me know if you are having these same problems, or this is something that you have faced personally. So for some of you, you want to get into tech, but you have a lot of fear. So tell me in the chat, what fears do you have? Is it the fear of coding? All right. Some of you believe that, oh, for me to get into tech, I need to know how to code, or I need to have coding skills. But that is not true. You do not need to have coding skills. In fact, you do not need to necessarily code. I've been in the tech industry for the past 5 years right now, and I've never had a reason to code. So, like, there are different sectors in tech. So there are people who code, who actually enjoy coding. That is for them. But if you do not actually want to code at all, there are sectors for you. Okay. Now, for some of you, you don't know where and how to start. So just let me know what is it that what is that fear or that misconception or that challenge that you have, all right, when it comes to going breaking into tech. What is that challenge that you have? Okay, maybe you don't know where and how to start, or maybe you're doing a job and you're wondering, how do I break into tech? How do I go from this job that I'm doing and actually breaking into a high paying tech career, such that I don't suffer? Or like, what is the roadmap? Okay, maybe you don't have you're wondering, but I don't have any experience, I don't have any certification in tech, like how am I going to make it here? Maybe you're scared of the like, are you scared of are you scared of competition? People say, probably you've heard that tech is competitive, which is true. When you hear that there's a competition in any place, you should be excited because there is a lot of money. People will not be going into like, the tech ecosystem will not be competitive if there's no money. Like, because there's money, that's why there's competition, right? Remember one time when everybody wanted to go into the oil sector, everybody wanted to work in the oil company, and that created the competition such that for you to get into the oil company, you have to know someone to know somebody, so there's like a high barrier of entry, right? And that's because there's a lot of money, right? Everybody loves money. Okay, so that's why one time in our lives, people were going into oil. That's what they call tech. Tech is the new oil. Okay, so maybe you're scared of competition, but you do not have to be scared of competition. One of the beautiful things I like about tech is that you don't necessarily need to know someone to know someone, or have connection for you to get a high paying job, or build high paying tech career. All you need is basically competence. Or how competent are you? Can you do the job very, very well? It's basically about competency. All right. So you should not be scared of competition. In fact, you should be happy when there's competition, because it means that there is a lot of money. All right. People will not be here if there's no money. Okay. In fact, any career that you see that there's no competition, run away. It means that there's no money. Okay, and people do not want to touch it. People do not want to go there. So when you hear that, oh, there's a lot of money in a particular career, sorry, there's a lot of competition in a particular career, you should be excited, because it means there's a lot of money there. And all you need to do is to find a way to position yourself differently from what is it that everybody is doing. Okay. Now, maybe you think that, oh, I'm too old for tech. All right, I'm too old to get into tech. But the thing is that, you see, um, the experience that you have gathered over the years, it is valuable when you move into, like, when you come into tech. All right, the people who are coming into tech, they are not new people per se. All right, if maybe you have worked in the logistics sector, there are some, maybe you have probably gathered some experience that you can transfer. So there's nothing like, oh, you are too old or you are too that, right? I saw a news recently by, some of you know Money Point, right? Money Point. So Money Point lately has been poaching the top MDs of um, traditional banks. I mean, these are old men in like their 50s and their 60s. MoneyPoint is a fintech company, is a finance technological company. It's basically a tech company, and they are pitching these old guys that are in their 50s and in their 60s. Why? Because the experience is more valuable. All right. So, I mean, these guys, some of these guys now work in MoneyPoint. Okay. Now, for those people, you can't say, oh, I mean, they're obviously old, but what they have is experience. So no matter how old are you, I mean, you're not even up to 50 or 60, so you're really not that old when it comes to tech. So some of you, maybe you think, oh, I need a tech degree. You don't need a tech degree. Okay, like what I said, basically you need competence. Oh, some maybe you think tech are for geniuses, tech are for smart people. The only people who can do tech are people who are genius, people who are really smart. But that is not true, guys. You do not need to be a genius. You don't need to be a quote unquote smart. to be in tech. I don't really consider myself very, very smart. Trust me. Okay. People, maybe you think that, oh, the people who get in here are people who can, they have to be like about Einstein, but like that is not true, because when you come into tech, you realize that the people who are here are literally everyday people just like you, people doing stupid shit just like you, watching the same funny jokes just like you. Okay, so there's no need to be genius or smart. Okay, whatever experience that you have, you can literally come into tech. Okay, is tech really for women? Yes, that's just the truth. Tech is for women. In fact, there's a lot of fintech companies that are founded by women. Right, so maybe you've been moving from one YouTube training to another with nothing to show. Right, maybe you have some family commitment that's making you not to come into tech because, oh, maybe you're too busy or whatever. All right, so tell me, what exactly are you struggling with? All right, maybe you're struggling to achieve a work-life balance. You have a work, and then you want to be able to do tech on the side. Is this something that you struggle with? Are you overwhelmed each day after work? Maybe you have bought some programs in the past and you're thinking to yourself that, man, how do I structure this whole tech training, this whole tech program? How do you do it? Okay. And also, maybe you think tech trainings are really, really expensive. So let me know in the chat, guys. So which one are you? Sorry, which one of these issues that you are having? So let me know. Is it like you think tech training are expensive, or you're always overwhelmed after work, so you feel like, are you sure I can, go into tech? Or maybe you feel like, maybe I'm too old. Or maybe you feel like, but there's too much competition. Is there a place for me? Or maybe you're scared of coding. Or maybe you're like, man, I don't know where to start. I feel like maybe I'm not smart enough. All of those stuff. Let me know in the chat, like, what exactly is it that you have been faced personally? Just let me know. All right. Let me know in the chat. Again, like I said, when you interact with me, it shows that, okay, I'm actually talking to human beings. All right. Now, why should you transition into tech? Why is now the best time to transition into tech? Now, first off is financial growth and freedom. So, I mean, for most of you who are coming to tech, you have heard that, "Hey, there's money in tech. Oh, tech is the new oil. Oh," it's true. So you can experience financial growth and financial freedom when you get into tech. All right. And the reason why that is possible is because you open yourself to, when you have like a tech skill, automatically your career is now borderless, which means that you can get jobs both home and abroad. That's why you see a lot of people in tech, they are working remote jobs. Okay, and when you hear the amount they're making, $1,000, $800, $2,000, you're wondering, wow. Like, that is why you hear that there's money in tech. It's because of, there's just a whole lot of money. I mean, I got this news from Tech About, right? So Tech About is a popular tech blog. They said six Nigerian banks spent 269 billion on technology in 2024. Again, six Nigerian banks spent a combined total of 269 billion on technology. So what that means, that top Nigerian banks spent a total of 269 billion with a B on just technology alone. So the technology sector in Nigeria received over 269 billion. And of course, that money, services, infrastructures, people, because it's people that, that are going to build this stuff, right? Apps. I mean, your bank app that you're using, it is obviously people that built it, right? And these people are being paid by the banks. All right, the guys who code it, the guys who designed it, all of the guys who put those things in place, they are being paid by, by these banks. Okay, that's just to show you that there's a lot of money moving into this space, right? I mean, that's just even Nigeria alone. When you look at it from a global standpoint, you realize that there's a lot of money. I mean, there's talk of AI now. If you hear, I mean, Microsoft, Google, Apple are investing billions of dollars in just, I mean, in AI alone. All right. So, I mean, there are a lot of new skills coming up. We have prompt engineer. Now that's one of the beautiful things about tech, right? You can easily um, transition to different. So let's say you are maybe doing data analysis today, right? And you see that okay, there's a demand for prompt engineering. It is easy for you to just switch and start doing prompt engineering because there is going to be demand. Like tech is always creating new jobs. The reason is because there's always an advancement in tech. I mean, 5, 10 years ago, there was nothing like AI, but now we have AI. All right, now we have crypto, and because crypto, these new technologies will create new jobs. Now, right now, if you're not informed, we have things like AI agent engineer, we have prompt engineering, people who can prompt AI, we have community moderators in the crypto space, we have these graphics designers who, like, we have, in fact, we have graphics designers who are now working in crypto. Okay, I mean, because all of them is part of technology, right? So there is room for financial growth and freedom. So like whatever amount that you feel like, okay, this amount can make me comfortable, can make me have a better life, you literally can have it in tech, right? Because I mean, I'm a living testimony. Also, you can get a work-life balance um uh because of like the opportunity that it affords you. So when you work with some companies, they can offer you remote job opportunities where you get to, like, be in your house, do your work, and then you get paid. In fact, I have a friend. One of his problem right now is that he wants to go out more. He wants to meet people because his work has kept him inside for too long. Like that's the kind of problem you're going to be having. You're going to have your time back, and what you're going to be craving now is people. You want to go out. Like that outside that you're always complaining, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to be in traffic. You start craving it because I mean you're a human being. You want social interaction. All right. But the whole idea is that you're going to get work-life balance. And also you're going to learn skills that future proof your career. That's another thing. Having a tech skill literally future proof your career. I remember when during COVID, there was demand for tech skills, right? Because people were indoors, all right, and companies still need people to design stuff. Companies need people to write stuff. I remember in 2020, when I was actively writing, when I was in still writing for clients because I was in digital marketing, right? There was demand for digital marketing during COVID, right? So you literally future proof your career, like regardless of whatever is going to happen, although we're not going to experience COVID again, Jesus name, amen. But regardless of whatever is going to happen, your future is secured, okay? If AI comes, your future is secured. Whatever technology comes in the future, your future is literally secured as long as you're good at what you do. And also, there's continuous professional improvement. You see, when you are always improving in your work, in your workplace, or you're always improving yourself, you command higher salary, right? Now, let's say, for example, now you know how to, now with the advent of AI or whatever, right? You can literally learn some skills. Let's say, for example, now you are a graphics designer, right? And you are able to now use AI to make your work fast. You have basically improved yourself, and that will automatically command higher fee because now you can do more work. Okay, that's what having a tech career can give to you. And like I said, it is global opportunities. In fact, in UK currently, UK give a visa called Global Tech Talent Visa. There's a visa currently um, that is called the Global Tech Talent Visa. So basically, the UK give it out to people who are in the tech ecosystem, all right, because they want to build their economy. So that's like the kind of opportunities that transitioning into tech gives you global opportunities, right? Now, how do you break into tech in 2025, especially without coding? Because this is what a lot of people fear. This is what a lot of people fear. Like, man, I don't want to code. So how do you break into tech? I'm going to share that in the next few minutes. But first, for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, what makes me qualified on this subject matter? Now, meet me, Umar Ibrahim. Someone called me a scammer in the comments. I not sorry. So someone called me a scammer in the comment, which was really funny, right? I don't consider myself a scammer. I don't think I'm out here scamming people, right? I mean, I won't be on Vanguard if I'm out here scamming people or whatnot, right? Anyway, I'm a jack of many trades, minus a scammer. A global speaker, a tech educator, and also a CMO at Bloomberg Africa, right? I'm featured on Vanguard for my evangelism on tech remote jobs. So now, because I'm putting out a lot of content on, how to get tech remote jobs and all of that, some people use my picture to impersonate me, and that has soiled my reputation a bit. But it's Nigeria. There, like I think like 3 or 4 persons I've tried to track, but it just hard to get them, right? I've got an invite to speak at University of Sussex, Brighton. So in one of my, if you check my Instagram, I got invited by university in the UK to speak on this same thing I'm talking to you right now. I've always been like a tech evangelist. That's what I call myself, a tech evangelist, talking about tech, remote jobs, and the likes. All right. So this is my journey from an unfulfilled career into tech. So to 2019, I used to work at FAN as an admin assistant and timekeeper for planes. So what I was doing then was I record. So when the plane lands, I'm going to record the time, the landing time, and the takeoff time. That was really a boring job. So I didn't like it. So 2020, I started to develop myself, and that's when I made the transition into tech. So I got bored, got of the job, and then I transitioned into tech, specifically digital marketing. So in 21 to 2025, there has been progress, there has been growth and success. All right, my tech career is booming. I can't complain for real. And now I'm helping others transition into tech via Bloomberg Africa. So right now I had to join a firm, Bloomberg Africa. You can check us again on Instagram, where we help people transition into tech, because I've seen how tech can change a man's life, all right? Because the opportunities are endless, and there's just a whole lot of opportunities coming. Like the jobs of the future, that's what I always say. The jobs of the future is going to be amazing. Okay, we are going to have things like community moderator. You mean all of those things I'm telling you, right? It might seem like, oh, this guy has sweet mouth, or he's just trying to convince me. Now we even have ChatGPT. Okay, so what you can do is go and ask ChatGPT. How much does a community moderator in the crypto space? How much do they make? Like you'll be surprised. Someone is just managing community, all right, and they're getting paid $3,000 in a month, $4,000 in a month. I know this might sound strange, but this is why a lot of people, this is why you are interested in tech, because there's a money. To be honest, there's a lot of money, and the opportunities are endless. Why? Because technologies is always advancing. Like I said, 5 years ago we didn't have anything like AI. Now we have AI, and because there's AI, there's going to be demand for people who can use AI. There's going to be demand for prompt engineering. There's going to be demand for people who can build things around AI. There's going to be demand for a lot of things. Like, I mean, in the next 5, 10 years, we don't know what's coming, but we know that there's always going to be an advancement in technology, and it's constantly creates, because there's advancement in technology, it constantly creates new jobs and new roles. Okay. So here's the roadmap to breaking into tech in 2025. The first thing you want to do is pick the right tech career path. Like what it is that what actually said what is sorry pick the right tech career path. What is it that you want to do? Okay. Now, when you pick a tech career path, you learn the fundamentals, most likely from a reputable tech school. Okay, get the fundamentals of what you are going into. Now, build projects you can show. Now, the reason why this is important is because in a tech ecosystem, what gets you role, what gets you job is competency. Okay. Now, the reason why I am always talking about tech this, tech that is because finally we have, like, a way for every young person regardless of who you are, where you are, you can literally, have a high paying job or a high paying career where you don't need to know anybody. One of the things that always pissed me off is that, or one the things that when I was growing up, I used to ask myself, okay, if I don't know anybody, because I come from an average background and I don't know anyone. My parents does not know anyone, or I we do not know anybody. I don't even know my local government chairman. That's how bad it is. So I've always wondered, like, how can I live a better life if I don't know anyone? Because Nigeria has made it seem like if you don't know somebody in a high place, you cannot get a high paying job that pays you really well. But in tech, it's different. Okay, what gets you job here is competency. Once you are good, you are good. People are going to hire you. Like, nobody cares whether you are from a village in Umaya, or whether you're staying in a village. As long as you have like, you are competent, you have something that you can show. This is why you have to be project that you can show, because seeing is believing. You can't tell somebody, oh, I can do this thing, and you don't have any proof. All right, proof is literally what gets you job here. All right, then start applying for internships, junior roles, freelance gigs, volunteer position. Even if you feel like you're not ready, apply for these positions. All right, start applying for internships, start going for junior roles, freelance gigs, volunteer if you can. All right, and then the last thing, go outside and network, attend tech related events. All right, don't sit down in your house, go outside, attend tech related events, attend tech related webinars. All right, ask questions, and then talk about your journey online. When you get into tech, talk about your journey online. There's power when you talk about your journey online, because people are actually watching you, people are actually seeing your growth, and that opens you up to opportunities. And sorry, not just opportunities in Nigeria alone, literally worldwide opportunities. Okay. Now, one of our alumni secured an internship role via a webinar. So if you read this, I hope you guys can see it. So this is one of our alumni, Ellen. So Ellen, she got an internship role with a company in Chicago just by attending a tech webinar on LinkedIn. So I think our friend sent her the meeting on LinkedIn. She attended, and then after the whole event, she DM'd the convener of the event and say, "Hey, can I work for you? Can I intern for you?" And that's how the woman hired her, gave her a paid internship role for $300 a month. If you convert $300 to naira, it's a lot of money. Okay, so this is why the last part is important. You have to put yourself out there. It is very, very important. You can't say, oh, you want to break into tech and you're in your house, you're not doing anything. You have to actively be doing something. The universe will reward you when you see that you are making efforts. Okay, now, this is one of the problems that people always have. How do I pick the right tech career path? How do I know the career path that is right for me? You don't want to spend your time going in the career path and you realize that, oh, more, it's not something I can do, and you have wasted time already. So, how do you pick the right tech career path? All right. Now, choosing the right tech career path depends on your interest, your skills, your past experience, and your career goals. All right. Now, one thing I recommend people to do is there's this test called the 16 personalities. Just go to Google and type 16 personalities. All right. So take the test. They're going to ask you a lot of questions about yourself, and it's going to aggregate. Like, when you take this test, it's going to tell you things about yourself that you probably never knew. Okay, just be honest when you are taking the test. So this test is going to tell you about your interest. It's going to tell you about your skills. It's going to tell you about, yes, your interests and your skills. And then look at your past experiences, right? What have you been? You obviously have a job. You obviously have something you're doing. All right. There are some things that come easy for other people. There's some things that comes, that's hard for, what come easy for you might be hard for the other person. Now, let me give you a good example. Someone who has been, let's say, um, who has been in a sector where they have to public speak, where they have to like talk every time. Okay, that kind of person now they can go into tech sales because it's easier because they're already talking. They have already, they were their past experience has allowed them to be in a space where they are always communicating. Now, if you are someone who do not like to communicate, you are going to you are not really going to do well in tech sales. Why? Because it is, you don't really have an advantage. Okay, so you want to go, so when you are choosing the right tech career, look at where you feel like you have an advantage. All right, if you feel like, okay, I think I can write really well, look for a tech career that allows you take advantage of that thing, okay, of your skills, of your interest. Maybe you have, let's say, good logistics experience, or maybe you were a graphics designer. It's just easy. Go and, when you are choosing a tech career, you can go for maybe product designer or UI UX designer because you already have leverage. So it is easier for you to just, blend in. Okay. And another thing that you have to consider is also your career goals. Okay, your career goals, like how much do you want to make, because that one too is very important, right? Because some skills pay more than the other skills, right? Now, here's a few easy pointers to help you decide. So you can just simply ask yourself, do I enjoy working with data or details? Like, do I like details? Do I like data? Try data analysis. Am I organized and good at leading people? Maybe you have worked in a role where you have to manage people, you have to deal with conflicts, you have to manage conflicts, you have to manage people. Project management. Do I enjoy solving problems and working with people? Product management. Am I a creative person and I love design? Like me, I love interior decorator for, I don't know why. I love interior design for no reason at all. Okay, so this is, if there's a role in tech, I can literally go for that. Okay, so you can ask yourself, am I a creative person? Do I love design? You go into look into UI UX design. Okay, do I like helping people and solving digital risk? Try cybersecurity. Okay, so these are the few pointers that you can use that will help you decide. So, first off, take the 16 personality test to understand yourself, and then ask yourself these questions. Okay, it's going to give you an idea. Okay, I think this is where I can go, or this is where I should go. But most importantly, follow the money. That's what I always tell people. As much as you want to act to say, oh, am I good at this? Am I good at that? Or do I like this? Follow the money and the job demand. Because I mean, why are you in tech? You're here to make money, right? So, passion does not pay the bills. Okay. Do the Bible said, whatever your hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. Okay, it didn't say, oh, whatever you love, do it with all thy might. Whatever what your hand findeth to do it with all thy might. So you are here for money, follow the money, right? Follow the job demand. Okay, if you look at where, so you literally have to ask yourself, like, how much do you want to make? The thing that you are going after, is it going to give the kind of life that you want? Is it going to give the kind of money that you want? Like, you have to be honest with yourself. So that's why I always tell people, as much as, yes, this is good, you want to look at the easy pointers, you want to look at your skills and your career, you have to follow the money. Where are they putting money now? Where is the job demand? Okay, you don't want to be in a career be in a tech career role where it takes time for you to get job, whereas there's a demand for, let's say, cybersecurity or data analysis, and you just have to go where the money is. All right, so look at the career growth and the earning potential. Some tech fields have a higher salary potential and faster career growth than others. It's just truth. All right, there are some, just like someone who is working in the banking sector and someone who's working in the oil sector, they can never earn the same salary. It's not possible. The same career growth, it can never be the same, because the oil sector obviously pays more than the banking sector, right? So that is what, so if money is an important thing to you, you have to go where the money is. All right, follow the job demand. Okay, and these are some of the all tech career right now. We have software development, cybersecurity, data science and analysis, cloud computing, UI UX design, product management, etc. Now, today we are only going to focus on cybersecurity and data analysis. Why? Why cybersecurity? Why data analysis? Why am I focusing on these two? See, if you're trying to transition into tech in 2025 and you want something, so let's say right now you want to go into tech now, you want to, transition into a high paid tech career, and you want something that is in demand. Like I said, you have to follow the job demand, that is beginner friendly and that is high paying. These two are your golden tickets. I'm going to say that again. Why am I choosing to focus on cybersecurity and data analysis? It is because, see, if you are going into tech today, I mean, right now, you have made up your mind that, okay, I want to go into tech. And these are the three, because these are the three things that are important to you. You want something that, okay, that is in demand, because you have to go where the demand is so that it's easier for you to get a job. Okay, and it is beginner friendly. All right, is, the barrier to entry is low, doesn't require so much for you to be smart, and also it commands a higher fee. Cybersecurity and data analysis is your best bet. All right, so in 2015, now, why is this cybersecurity and data analysis, why are they so much in high demand? And I'm going to tell you. In 2015, cybercrime caused $3 trillion in damages worldwide. So by 2020, that number doubled to $6 trillion. That's a lot of money. Now, we have more people using the internet. Okay, I mean, if you look at it from an eye test, you realize that, okay, more people are now using the internet. More people are now having access to the internet, which means the risk of cybercrime is growing. We have a lot of Yahoo boys now because of the internet, and these people are stealing a whole lot of money. That's why the Yahoo sector is booming, right? According to the statistical report, by 2025, which is now, the world will have about 75 billion connected devices. Laptops, phones, smartwatches, cars, and more. These things are going to be connected, right? When this, I mean, what just happened right now? CBEX carted with a lot of people money, right? So while this brings convenience, it also creates a huge security risk for businesses. Now, because everything is connected, personally for me, I don't use public Wi-Fi because people can get access to some vital information. I mean, if you use public Wi-Fi, okay, people can get access to information that you have stored on your phone or on your laptop, okay, right? Because these things, all of them are connected. So these things has created a huge security risk for businesses. Today, companies collect more data than ever, from customer details to payment information. So the company that you do business with, let's say MTN, for example, they have your information, they have your phone number, your bank details. I mean, there's a lot of scams that go on in the bank. You will be surprised if you have a friend that works in a bank. When they tell you how much banks are losing, due to cyber crime, or one person is compromising the customer details, you will be shocked, because the banks literally have a lot of personal details: your name, your phone number, your birth details, your BVN, and they need to protect this data from bad people. All right, we call it data breach. I'm sure if you watch movie, you have probably heard about data breach. Or we have a data breach. The thing not tun 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 tun. People running around. It's a serious issue. All right, because a data breach can shut down businesses. If, for example, one of the biggest banks, let's say Zenith Bank, for example, have a data breach, it's going to cost them damage in reputation. It can shut down their business. It can cause huge financial loss, because imagine you hear that some scammers hacked Zenith Bank and they cut away with like $1 trillion. You are going to panic and say, man, so if you have like Zenith Bank, you're going to like, man, let me go and remove my money. You are going to start calling all your friends, go and remove your money. I heard the Zenith Bank has been hacked, and it's going to spoil the bank reputation. All right, and the bank is going to lose money. In fact, if they're not careful, they can shut down their businesses. This is why cybersecurity professionals are now in high demand because the internet rate the internet adoption rate is growing rapidly. Everybody is now connected to the internet. I mean, you hardly find people who do not have a smartphone. All right, even the older generation have a smartphone, they have data, they can connect to the internet, and you connecting to the internet alone, you're at risk. Okay, so that is why cybersecurity professionals are in high demand because the more internet usage that we have, the more, you know, the more the need to protect this data. All right, so businesses and governments desperate to protect their systems, you don't need to be a coding genius. All right, see the whole thing about cybersecurity is that you are basically a bodyguard. Let's put it like that. That's what you are, a bodyguard, but a digital bodyguard. You are protecting companies' data from breach, from bad people. Basically, you know what a bodyguard does now. They basically you know, protect people. That's what you do. That's what a cybersecurity security professional is. You are basically a bodyguard, but this time you are protecting data. Okay, and because of how sensitive the job is, because it's actually sensitive, you have access to like data. You know, data is like is very important to companies. All right, and it's very sensitive. They have to like screen you, be sure you are an honest person, and stuff like that. So they pay good money for these things. Why? Because they don't want you to start to steal. Imagine the person who is supposed to protect data is now stealing. It is disastrous. So they would rather just pay you really well so that you don't even, think of stealing or try to compromise the data. Okay. Now, these are the career path in cybersecurity. We have a cybersecurity risk analyst, we have cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity consultant, cybersecurity officer, security and information risk advisor, information security analyst, information security manager, risk analyst. So under cybersecurity, these are the roles that you can do. These are different roles. Just the way when someone say, I'm a banker, all right, under I'm a banker or under banking, there are different roles. You can either be maybe a cashier or work as a customer care, or you work as a work maybe as a receptionist. You can work as a security. You can work as there are different sectors under banking. If you look at the oil sector too, there are different things. There are people who are engineers under, who work in the oil company. There are people who are receptionists, but they work under oil company. There are people who are clerks, so they are just different roles under that particular sector. That's the same thing with cybersecurity. All right. Now, for data analysis, why is there demand for it? You see, in today's world, data is everything. Okay, that data is king. No matter the industry, businesses rely on data to make smarter decisions, and that's true. To develop strategies and solve problems. So, as a data analysis, your job will be to collect, organize, and interpret data to help businesses make informed decisions. Okay, so businesses you need to make decisions all the time. Companies need to make decisions all the time. Okay, and that's why they're always collecting data. I mean, if you are someone who is in the know, who read the financial report or read the news, basically, you see that that's why you see according to research, all of this research are being done by companies. Companies pay millions of dollars to do this research. In fact, Apple has a part of their company called research and development, and they spend more money just doing research, looking for what people want. I mean, millions of dollars. Companies allocate millions of dollars just for research purposes. Okay, and data analysts are required in that kind of environment to be able to collect this data, organize them, and help them interpret this data as a data analyst. Now, if you notice, so far I've not said anything about you are going to be coding. That's one thing people don't realize. Like, these things are just normal thing that anybody can do. As a cybersecurity person, you are basically a bodyguard protecting data. As a data analysis, we are basically helping companies to interpret their data. So you can start with tools like Excel, Power BI, or Tableau. No coding required at first. Okay. Now these are the career path in data analysis. Okay, so We have data entry administrator, system analyst, data business analyst, quantitative analyst, management analyst, now marketing analyst, sales analyst, data scientist, and the likes. Now, forget the BB English, all right? Forget all the big English. They are just big roles. Just when people say, people can give big names to different things. Somebody can be, for example, now, let's say a janitor. Janitor is basically cleaner, I think. Yeah, a janitor. All right. But if you hear the name janitor, you think it's one big group, but at the end of the day, the person just cleaning, doing cleaning job, right? So forget the roles. Basically, what you are still doing is basically organizing and interpreting data. All right. They just have different subsets. Maybe one of the one of these things, maybe one area you just be the one organizing the data. All right. Or maybe you just be the one only interpreting the data, all of those things, right? Now, let's talk about. Are you guys with me so far? Are you guys with me so far? Now, let's talk about how Blueport Africa can help you achieve your tech career dream in cybersecurity and data analysis. We are one of the fastest growing tech schools in Africa. Are you guys with me? Are you guys following me? Put in yes, 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 yes in the chat. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Awesome. Good. So now let's talk about how Bloomberg Africa, which is the company that I work for, can help you achieve your tech career dream in cybersecurity and data analysis. We are one of the fastest growing tech schools in Africa. So this is your tech training roadmap when you join us. So when you join us today, these are the three phases that you're going to pass through. So phase one is the discovery phase. Phase two is the immersion phase, and phase three is the acceleration phase. All right. Now, phase one to three is going to last for 3 months plus 1 month internship. Okay. Now, phase one is basically the theory part. This is where we do the personality test, then do introductory training on cybersecurity if you're going with that, or data analysis. So it's basically theory. Okay, this is what this cybersecurity is all about. Tell you about the job roles, telling you what you're going to be doing, all of those. Basically the theory part. And then in phase two will be where you're getting your hands dirty, practical work plus the internship. Right, this is phase two. So you get in-depth training on the programs live. All right, you get live hands-on projects. So you're going to be working on real life projects, and then sorry, you get career support strategy. This is phase two. Phase one is the theory side, then phase two is the practical work and internship, and then phase three, which I'm going to get into. So this is what you're going to be learning in our data analysis program, all right, when you join today. So what is data analysis? So in the practical side of things, this is what is going to happen. Okay. What is data analysis? Why is data analysis important? The role and competence. So basically, what we're going to be going into details, the role and the competence of the data analysis software and the tools that you are going to be using, data system architectures and platforms, descriptive diagnostics, predictive and prescriptive analytics. All right, frameworks and techniques of data analytics, reporting. So these are basically the course curriculum or the program curriculum. This is the program curriculum. Again, forget the big grammar. All right. What you are simply doing is basically simple. Every have their jargon. I mean, my girlfriend is a lawyer, and every time they are using that their language, it's like they are speaking French. But to them, it's simple. So that's just basically it. All right. There's always every industry have their own jargon. If I go to the oil sector now, right, they also have their own jargon. Okay, you hear something like there's my neighbor works in the oil sector, and there's always this they have their like every sector has their own jargon. All right, so don't let the old descriptive something diagnostic, don't let them scare you. They just the tech jargon. All right, so this is the course curriculum for the cyber security I mean, some of you want to know, okay, what are you guys going to do, or what are you guys going to do? So in cybersecurity, we have information systems and digital technology, architecture design and design, attacks, threats and vulnerabilities, implementation, operations and incident response, and the likes. Then phase three is where we get you job market ready. So once you are done with phase one, which is the theory side, we move on to the practical side, and this is what we're going to cover in data analysis if you're going with that, and this is what we cover in cybersecurity. Now, once you are done with the practical and the theory part, the next phase is get you ready for the job market. So you're going to get certificate of completion, okay, where your certificate is recognized worldwide. All right, introduction to the alumni community, job application strategy, mentorship for job interviews, LinkedIn optimization, and then the success story. All right. Now you get to enjoy high quality training on your chosen program. So whether you're going for cybersecurity or data analysis, which is the two programs we are focusing on right now, because that's what is in demand. Okay. I mean, we don't just want to teach you skill and that's it. You are here to, of course, learn the skill, but at the end of the day, you want to make money. So what is will make you money are these two skills, and that's what we are focusing our energy on. All right. So whatever program that you choose, you get high quality training, you get hands-on project and reward project, you get practical experiences, professional tech instructors, a thriving community for career support, and build quality connections. All right. And then you get conducive learning environment, both in person and virtual classes. And also, we also do weekend classes because understand how busy people can get. And all of these things you're going to be getting it for a fraction of what a typical degree costs. All right. Now, the next cohort for data analysis and cybersecurity class starts May 2nd, which is next Saturday, 12 noon to 4 p.m. It's going to be a 4 hour section. For now, we're only taking weekend classes. All right. Why? Because, I mean, I understand that people you have to go to work during the week, right? So that's why we put it on weekend so that we don't stress you. Weekend, you know that okay, I have a class instead of trying to juggle between. I mean, I have to work, I have to attend class because the classes are going to be live. They are not going to be recorded. Sorry, they will be recorded, but it's the only way you miss. You are going to get the recording, right? But the class are going to be live, right? Now we offer both physical and virtual classes for all our programs. Okay, so we have different programs.
debt, debt
This is one of our
contributing.
tutors,
So if you are not moving
right? This is one of our tutors which you can see right here. Okay, so we
in
offer
that,
both physical and virtual classes for all our programs. Now, what is the enrollment fee? Now, enrollment fee for either the cybersecurity or data analysis program virtual is 250,000 naira, and the physical class is 350,000 naira. And there's a 3 month payment plan available. Now, one of the problems that we get, which I'm seeing in the comments, is that this tech training stuff, they are really expensive. They are really expensive, right? And it's not like it is deliberate, right? For us to provide you what class education does not come cheap. That's just the truth. Anything, if anybody's going to give you less, they are going to water down the training, right? So what class education, to be honest, it does not come cheap because of getting a world class instructor, even the certificates, all right, you have to like they are recognized globally. You have to, they cost a lot of money to put in place. Okay, so that's why you feel like they are expensive. So we were thinking, how are we going to address this? Because obviously we want to make tech education accessible to everybody, but how do we make it, you know, feasible or affordable to people? So what we do is that we are always looking to for partnership, people who are willing to sponsor, pay some part of the training. So we have good news for you guys. One of our investor partners called Rovel Capital sponsored 200 people to make the fee affordable. All right. So we have a partnership with Ruvel and Bloomberg Africa. So over 180 students registered on our last webinar that we did. All right. So what this means is that out of these 200 people, 180 slots has been taken. So we have those 20 scholarship slots available for interested participants. So Ruvel Capital has literally paid some of this money right here. So all you need to do is just to pay, small amount, all right? And we have those 20 scholarship slots available, right? So only 20 scholarship slots available. So for the virtual class, you are going to pay in 150,000 naira. And what we have done is very simple. You can use the 3-month payment plan to secure your scholarship slot. So today, if you are going for the virtual class, you can pay just 50,000 naira and spread it across 3 months. Okay, if you're going for the physical class, you pay just 83 or 84,000 naira, and you can pay it spread across 3 months. So next month you pay, the last month you also pay, right? So which is makes it very easy for you. Like I said, good tech education is expensive, right? Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to go to a tech school where when you are done you cannot even compete with your mates globally because you went to a shit, tech school because you're looking for something cheap. Okay, so while you are looking for something affordable, you have to be really careful so that you don't even waste your money, right? You don't want to get a certificate where it's not globally recognized. That is like you have literally wasted your money. All right. So this is how we've made it affordable and easy for you using the 3-month payment plan. So you can start if you're going for the virtual class, you can pay for 50,000 naira. And for the physical class, our venue, we have two venues. We have one on the Lagos Island, on Lekki, and Yaba currently. That's for people who are in Lagos. Okay, we only have locations in Lagos at this time. So for the virtual class, it is 150,000 naira. And then you can use the 3-month payment plan and pay 50,000 naira right now to secure your scholarship slot. Remember, there's only 20 available. All right, so this is how to pay now. Spread your payment across 3 months. Now, someone called me a scammer. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I stopped using my name, because I used to use my account info, my personal accounts to collect payments because I felt like okay, it could make people trust me. But I realized over time that people were taking advantage of that. Okay, so that's why I had to start using my company's account, Bloomberg Consulting Limited, UBA 10266435543, and send your receipts to Destiny. Destiny is our course advisor via WhatsApp. So this is the number that you're going to send payment to. So if you are going for the virtual class, so maybe you want cybersecurity or data analysis, the prices are the same thing, all right? So if you're going for virtual class, you can pay just 50,000 naira. If you're going for the physical class, you can pay just 83,000 naira. So this is the account that you pay to, all right? And please be very, very careful. I'm not going to DM you. That's for sure. I'm not going to DM you. This is the only account that you should pay to. All right. And I forgot to put our office address. uh I think it's on our one of our flyer that we one of our flyers. So this is what you get to enjoy: high quality training on your chosen programs, hands-on projects, real world projects, practical experience, professional tech instructors, thriving community for career support, and build quality connections, conducive learning environment, which is good. And these things don't come cheap, trust me. Weekend classes. All right. So I'm going to be taking questions. I'm going to be taking questions. All right. I'm going to be taking questions. So this is the account info that you're going to pay to. So 50,000 naira for virtual class. You can spread it across 3 months. So you paid 50,000 naira this month. Then next month you pay 50,000 naira. Then the last month you pay 50,000 naira. Okay. So guys, I'm taking questions right now. All right, guys. Okay, expensive. All right, questions. If I wait for 5 minutes and there's no questions, I'll assume there's no questions and we're going to call it a night. All right. Okay. Someone is asking, when is the class starting? Okay. So the class is starting on um, uh, May 2nd. This is it. So the class starts on May 2nd, 12 noon to 4 p.m. And we are only offering weekend classes. Why? Because we do not want to overwhelm you. Understand how busy you are. So we do not want to overwhelm you. Okay. Once you are done with your work during the week, the weekend you can now take the tech classes, right? So I hope that is clear. So this is where you make your payments for 50,000 naira for virtual class, then 83,000 naira for the physical class. Okay. Send your receipt to Destiny via WhatsApp to 0701 583 All right. This is where you send the payment receipt to. It is very, very important that you do these two things. All right. And the reason why a lot of people experience, this whole scammer thing, just one person anyway, is because they don't do as requested. Okay. Please, this is so you can take a screenshot of this screen right now. Keep it in handy because you're going to need it, right? And remember, I'm not going to DM you. Any DM you get from anybody, just block the person, okay? Because Nigeria is just a crazy place. People are just trying to take advantage of other people. People are trying to impersonate people. I think one time the owner of Stanbic Bank was even impersonated. Right, people were using his name to lure people to come and invest. All right, and obviously people are going to call, oh, this guy is a scammer, but it's just one of the perks that comes with being a popular person. All right, people tend to take advantage of that, but I hope that makes you feel comfortable. Anyway, our next cohort class. So this was our first cohort, which you can see here. This is one of our tutors. Okay, you can go on. You can follow us on Instagram at Bloom Parts of Africa. So on all social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, at Bloom Parts Africa. So I'm waiting for your questions, guys. So Bloom Parts Africa, IG, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. So okay, cool. Yep. So Bloom Path Africa, right, on Instagram, so maybe you want to see more our first quotes, our address is on our page, just so you feel comfortable. All right, it's right there. Okay. Do you have any more questions? Can we pay through installments? Yes, you can pay through installments. Okay. One of the problems that we get is that I remember this, we don't get this kind of sponsorship all the time. You have to remember, we do not get this sponsorship stuff all the time. So the only time you see, in fact, the only time I do webinars is when we have sponsorship like this. Okay. So once this scholarship is gone, I'm not going to do any webinars again. Okay. So you have to take advantage of. You have just 20 people, 20 scholarship slot left. So even with that scholarship, we still have to create a 3 month payment plan so that you feel so that it's easy for you. Or like I said, why tech why it may look like it's expensive, the truth is that good shit. They always say soup wey sweet na money kill am. Okay, that's an African proverb. Soup wey sweet na money kill am. So a good tech training, trust me, na money kill am. But we have made it easier for you. In fact, by giving you by looking for scholarship and also implementing a payment plan, and there are just 20 scholarship slots available. Okay, so the virtual class is 150,000 naira, and a physical class is 250,000 naira because of the system that we have put in place. Okay, you don't want to um, go for. I mean, if you go out there, there are a lot of tech schools that offer you something less, something cheap. I'm not saying they are bad, but you have to be very careful so that you don't go and take some very cheap programs. At the end of the day, you can't compete with your mates. All right, when people are asking you, "Did you do this? Did you know this?" You're going to be looking like, I don't know this one. So, and then you realize that because you paid for cheap, that's what these guys could only give you, cheap stuff. All right, and even your certificate is not globally recognized. Okay, and all of these things that we have put in place, professional instructors, good training, experience, and all of that. These things cost money. Okay, so when you pay for good sheets, you literally get good sheets. All right, like good stuff, basically. Okay, so that is why we have introduced this payment plan to make it easy for you. All right, so there's a payment plan, a 3 month instrumental payment. So you can pay. So if you are going for the virtual class, you can pay just 50,000 naira, and if you are in Lagos, you want to come physically, you can pay 83,000 naira on your first month. Okay, so this is the account info you pay to anybody that DMs you, block that person. All right, we have one person that's paid. Beautiful. Do you have any more question? Do you have any more questions? Cletus Musa, I believe I've answered your question, right? Do you have any more questions? I'm going to count 1 to 5. If there, I don't want, because there's going to be replay for. I don't want it to be too long. So if I count 1 to 5, and there's no question, I'll assume I'll just end this and then send a replay to the group. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, guys, thank you for showing up. And yeah, so if you have any question, we have a group. Okay, we already have a group where you can actually literally ask questions anytime, any day, and me or Destiny is going to respond to you. Destiny is our course advisor. Okay, so yeah, that is it, guys. So have a wonderful night. Okay, and for those of you who are going to be starting with us by May 2nd, see you there. Cheers. Bye.